It's 6:03 and we are live.
We are live.
Molly broke the rules though. She already started building.
I did not know that was a rule.
They're here to watch us build
They can't
this
see
thing
what I'm
from
building.
start to finish. Start to finish. And you
just-
already put Ray together.
I'm putting the minifig together. Give me a break. I started at 6. That's what time we start building, and then we go live at 6:03.
That's not true. All of a sudden, when Molly's in the builder seat, she wants to start on time.
Alex was like, "You can finish this in one strain."
You
And I
can.
was like,
It's only 282 pieces. You got this. MC Lego Boy said, 603rd Company, attention. I like that. Hey, Q&A props, Jose, Gio, Andy, Scotty, Guiguio, It's a Me, Woof, Stuart, Daniel. How's everyone doing?
The holiday sweaters on these minifigs are top notch.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So we're building. We're taking a break from the Venator this week. Also, can we get that ball away from Hilo? That's a noisy ball.
It's a lovely sound.
Hilo is just chewing on one of his toys down there, going crazy.
If no one can hear him, just let him chew on it.
If Hilo's chewing gets to be too much, let me know. But
he'll give up soon.
we're building the Life Day Diorama, which I think is perfect because we've been collecting these advent calendar figures with like the little Christmas sweaters for years, and now we've got a place for them all to go.
The sweaters are very similar.
Yeah, I mean, Vader and Palpatine have the same sweater.
Yeah.
But Mando has like a little scarf on. Grogu's got his little PJs. Okay, Gio says, can't hear it. Dino Park Dan says, I did hear him crunching, but it's great. Okay. Probably annoys me more.
Yeah. I think Hilo's least favorite day of the week is Thursday/Wednesday.
You just gotta go yell about it now.
Because that's when we usually film the Q&A and do a live stream, like, kind of back to back. And he's always, like, trying to get our attention the whole time. But he is a spoiled boy. He gets so much attention. We're here with him almost all the time. So...
Andy says, I only hear it when you mention it, so I should just stop mentioning it. MC Lego Boy, with our first...
Oh, he's looking for it now.
With our first holiday special question of the night, what's your favorite song from the holiday special? I do
None
think...
of them are really that memorable unless you count the Stir Whip song.
That's not a song, that's more of a chant.
I don't know.
There's This Minute Now, the one in the VR chair. There's the Jefferson Starship song, and MC Lego Boy says their favorite is Good Night But Not Goodbye, the one that B. Arthur sings.
Yeah, I do like that one the best, I think.
I think I'm going to go with the Jefferson Starship song. I like that one.
Poor Hilo thinks he's going crazy. He's like, I know I had that ball in here.
Jillian's here and says hi.
Hi, Jill.
Dan Ben says, did you see the 3 Lego Star Wars Christmas shorts they posted on YouTube? You watched them, I
saw
think.
2 of them. Were there 3?
I haven't seen any of them, but I heard you watching them. So,
Yeah.
What was your opinion?
I liked him. You know, those are just silly and short. But Palpatine had some stormtroopers play White Elephant, but I think, what did they call it? It was like Crazy Bantha, or it was like something Bantha. It's a different name, but
That's
it was
fun.
White Elephant.
That's funny. I need to watch those. So we watched the documentary about the holiday special that came out last week called A Disturbance in the Force. If you've seen it, let us know in the chat. I enjoyed it. It actually did open my eyes to some things about just like what happened to let the holiday special kind of like sneak into the world the way that it did. To be that level of crazy and insane. Okay, Hilo, I feel bad.
It really did kind of sneak into the world, huh?
But, having not grown up in the 70s and not being super familiar with what variety shows were and how insane they were, and like seeing other examples of like, yeah, this celebrity did a Halloween variety show special and it was just as bizarre, if not worse. I thought that was interesting, that like kind of for the time it wasn't that weird. It was just weird for Star Wars.
Yeah, it was nice to hear them talk about, like, most variety shows back then, it was a one and done. Like, it was on TV for one time and one time only. It was like an improv show. It existed once and no one ever saw anything like that again. And so the people that wrote the Star Wars Holiday Special wrote it kind of like that. And so I guess they thought it would just be a one and done thing. And
Well, I think they thought it, because one of the writers said, we're going to be able to retire off this. Because it'll be like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Oh yeah.
It'll air every Christmas. And obviously that didn't happen, but
like the kind of humor, I guess, that they were talking about in variety shows back then, it was like, if it was garbage, it's fine because you never saw it again.
Yeah, like the Donny Osmond stuff.
Yeah.
Him talking about how he's like, I look back at my own show and I'm like, what were we thinking?
But I like when he talked about that because he was like, I'm still proud of it because I worked hard on it.
Yeah.
And it was a big part of my life, but it was not great.
Like, every week you're just trying to put together a show and be entertaining. And the pressure to do that is crazy. But then, yeah, just the fact that they hired a bunch of writers who didn't know Star Wars, they knew variety television. So they were like, okay, we're just doing a space version of that. Got it. Like, it's wild. But that's, I do not like the holiday special. I've seen it several times now because like I watch it once a year basically for the channel at this point. So I'm like, I can do a video about something in here. But I love how it's kind of come around in Star Wars fandom to the point where now we're building a Life Day diorama. Like, people look back at it fondly despite it being a hard watch.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's not about the holiday special coming around to people. It's about people wanting festivities in their Star Wars. So it's like Star Wars needs to be able to sell holiday stuff.
Sure.
And Christmas stuff. And so they're just like, well, we have Life Day. Like, they always had that in their back pocket. And finally they were like, let's just roll with it and see what happens.
Yeah. But I mean, like, fans are at a point now where they don't just go like, oh, stop reminding me about the holiday special. No, they're kind of like, oh, the Gourmanda wrote a cookbook? Like, let me check that out. Or I'll get the robes. We'll get the little blue orb, whatever.
Yeah.
I like that people have become accepting of it because it is just like the ultimate illustration of Star Wars fandom, where something comes out and they hate it, but eventually they're going to be
it
like...
It always comes back around.
Eventually they're going to be like, it's kind of fun. Like, even if it's not good, we can still have fun with it.
Okay, he's eating that now.
Oh my gosh.
Or he got whatever was in the middle of it and ate it.
Yeah, Hilo just ripped a hole in that ball. No, the squeaker's still in there. He's fine. He's not about to start squeaking.
The piece is right there. Maybe spit it out.
Oh man. Hilo, you can't be trusted.
We can't have anything nice. He always eats some stuff that we give him, like toys. Doesn't matter what it is. He'll find a way to eat parts of it.
Scotty Holiday says, the holiday special gave us Dragon Star Wars, and that's something to celebrate. I do think that the Gourmanda bit is my favorite of the bunch.
Yeah.
there's a part that I feel like I forget about every time I watch it. But the video starts and Gormanda goes, "Hello," and then Mala goes, "Rah, rah." And I burst out laughing every time because I forget about it every year.
The craziest thing about that whole thing, and the whole thing is crazy, but the fact that it was centered around Wookiees and they had no subtitles.
Mm-hmm.
That was bold of them to do.
It sure was.
But yes, the holiday special gave us drag. They, in the Disturbance in the Force documentary, they interview the costume designer, who was fabulous. And he was talking about like how much fun he had designing the costumes for like the performers.
And that's something that you don't even... I kind of forget about that segment too. The jugglers and the tumblers and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, you know, still a lot of hard work went into making it.
And he also talked about how they designed that dress for Cher, and then she couldn't do it, and like luckily, what was the woman's name that's in it?
Diane
Summers?
Maybe? I don't remember.
Someone in chat will tell us. But she just happened to be around the same size, so that was nice.
That's something. I stumbled upon that Cher thing recently, that like Cher was originally meant to be...
Well, that's who they wanted, at least.
Well, Bruce Valanche, the writer, said that she was going to do it and then had to drop out because of a back injury or something. He said that on Gilbert Gottfried's podcast. So I did a short about it that's coming out like in a week or two.
You were like, I knew about that before the documentary came out.
No, I was more like, oh man, like now that short is not going to be as exciting.
Right. Yeah, it was like really interesting and fun to watch. I enjoyed it.
I did too.
I love seeing Seth Green talk Star Wars, especially talking to George Lucas.
He seems like he has a fun relationship with George, and yeah, like George will have fun with it. He has fun with Robot Chicken and stuff. I think they have a fun relationship.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was a good watch. Check it out. Power Rangers Explained sent in a super chat. Thank you so much. I don't know if you've seen them, but Five Below has really cool Star Wars shirts. I officially got promoted to shift leader there last week. Well, congratulations.
So we have one sort of close to the Target that I go to, and I've been in it like once or twice because I've heard about like viral things that you can only find there that are like really cool. But that place, at least the one by us, that place is always insane inside. There's kids everywhere screaming, stuff is everywhere. It's like, it reminds me of that special we just watched on HBO where
Last Week Tonight,
John Oliver was talking about how chaotic dollar stores are. It reminded me kind of that. But they do have really good prices on stuff. It's a great store for stocking stuffers.
Well, I need to check it out. Molly does all of my shirt shopping. She just comes home some days and she's like, I got a Star Wars shirt for you.
More times than not, I'll be ordering them from places online.
Mm-hmm. Dylan Filater, I hope I said that right, says, I'm very interested to know what happens in a reality where the Star Wars holiday special replaced Rudolph as a Christmas classic. Yeah, what's that timeline look like?
I think Pippin is in the guest room.
Oh, did he lock himself in?
He can't shut the door.
Yeah, he can. He's done it before.
Well, you had it open.
Pippin knows how to shut doors. Oops.
You were in there.
I think he shut the door. Pippin has locked himself in our room before when we weren't home, and then he peed all over our bed.
That is
which
true.
was a fun way to come home from a vacation.
And he doesn't normally do that. It was because he was stuck in there. And he was mad at us for leaving. Aww.
He must have done it after, like, we had a cat sitter come by and feed him, so she would have known he was missing. So she must have come, fed him, and then he ran upstairs, shut the door, and peed on our bed.
Cats are great. Everyone should get one.
I love my little man. Oh, Hilo. Trying again? You can't eat that.
That's now going to be just part of our background. We're going to forget it's back
yeah,
there.
I will forget it's there. Stuart Lugsden, have I seen the GTA 6 trailer? I have seen it. Did you see it?
Oh, I haven't seen it yet. I still need to. I've seen, like, bits of it and the real videos that they're based off of, I think.
Oh, I didn't know that they did that. That's fun.
Yeah. I don't know. When does it come out? I'm probably not going to play it.
2025, I think. I think it's a ways out.
Oh,
maybe
wow.
it's next year. I don't remember. I didn't play much of 4 or 5. I played those games for the multiplayer more than anything, because my friends will get it and we'll play stupid games. But I played a bit of 5 story and then just stopped. I don't know. Didn't really pull me in.
We're too busy playing Lethal Company. Hi, Pippin. You gonna come up on the table? Or did you just come in here to mess with Hilo?
AZ Blue says, Tuxedo cats are the best. They're equal parts super smart and chaotic.
Oh, very chaotic. He just came in here to
He's rubbing on my shoes.
mess with Hilo. Aww. He likes your stinky feet.
I guess so.
Oh, I wish I had the GoPro cam so that I could turn it around on them.
One of these days, we'll just put a GoPro on Hilo, and people can just watch what he is doing at all times. Hey, what's up, Jane?
Hi, Jane.
And Sean says, what do you think is George Lucas's favorite part of the holiday special?
The end credits. I don't know.
I think he probably was at least happy that we got to see some of the Wookiees on their home planet.
That's what I was going to say. That was always his goal, was to show, like, Chewie's family and the home planet of the Wookiees, so I'm sure he was just happy he got to do that.
He had ideas for doing that back in, like, the early drafts of A New Hope, so I think he's happy that that got realized. It looked like Ralph McQuarrie's concept art. It is consistent with some of what we see in Revenge of the Sith, so yeah, I think he is probably okay with that. Adam Bosman, thanks for the super chat. Knowing how much you two love Lord of the Rings and fantasy, are you gonna give the Disney Plus Percy Jackson series a try? I think so. I've never read those books, so I don't know much about it, but I did get really into Greek mythology this past year because of the game Hades, so that is a draw for me.
I believe Brian is the expert on those in my friend group, so I'll have to ask Brian about it because I don't really know anything about the story, but I might give it a try if it gets good reviews.
I'm open to it. I'm jonesing for a good fantasy series. We did start last year, I think was the first year we did it, watching Lord of the Rings on January 1st. While we're nursing our New Year's night hangovers, we can just sit on the couch, watch some great movies, eat like hobbits.
That's Hello Greedo made a tweet today that was like, he was saying that he wants a day to just do nothing but watch the entire original trilogy undisturbed, like on the couch with a blanket with popcorn. And I didn't want to like show off that we do that every year on New Year's, but it made me think of our Lord of the Rings.
You didn't want to show off the fact that we don't have kids.
I didn't want to be like, we can do that any day. But highly recommend, unless you're one of those people that like spends their New Year's Day getting a bunch of stuff done and like starting their year off right. We just do it like it's like the laziest day of the year. We're just garbage people for a garbage day.
It's great.
Yeah.
But yeah, Percy Jackson, I think I saw one of the trailers and I was like, yeah, it looks pretty cool. I'll check it out.
I know the books were really popular, but they came out a little past when I was like into that young adult sci-fi fantasy stuff. I don't remember when they came out exactly, but I think it missed us by a couple of years.
I have this like stupid urge that I'm sure you don't, but when I hear something is coming out and it's based on a book, like part of me wants to read the book first.
Ugh.
Yeah. And so like there's an element of me that like wants to just read the book before I start it, but I shouldn't do that because I didn't do that with The Expanse, and I loved The Expanse, and I still fully enjoyed the books that I have read of it after the fact. So I've been doing the same thing with like Silo. I want to start that Apple Plus series, but I'm like, I kind of want to read the book first. We should just watch the series.
I started a new book yesterday. I started, what's it called? A Court of Thorns and Roses, which is like a fairly popular book. It's been out for a little while. There's several other books in that series now, but I've had it recommended to me by multiple people in our friend group, and I was like, you know what? I finished Eye of Darkness. I'm gonna read a non-Star Wars book. I'm gonna do it, and I love it so far.
I saw people reacting to that on Twitter. And someone said to me that you're about to be, let me find it, all about like Bat Boys or something.
Can't wait.
And there's nothing I can do to stop it. Like, well, that's all right.
Things are about to get weird. Pippin's like circling us like a shark.
No, I can't find it.
I've heard some weird stuff goes on in the book, but that it's good, so I'm looking forward to it. We're gonna be out of town this weekend, and so I might get a little reading done. Probably not.
Probably not. We're gonna be out of town with friends.
I can dream.
I'm the same way. Every time we go to, we do a winter cabin with our friends every year. We're leaving tomorrow. We're gonna be gone until Sunday. And a lot of our friends do just go and they bring their books or e-readers and they'll just sit around and read. I always bring my Kindle and then do not read a lick. I'll play video games with my friends, we'll play board games, and we drink. That's what I have planned. But I am going to bring my Kindle.
And we bond.
Yeah, we have a great time. Gio says, speaking of The Expanse, I'm on the final season. OMG, what a ride. Yeah, season 6 is great.
My hairdresser today, she was like, I was telling her what we were doing this weekend, going to a cabin and stuff. And she was like, oh, that'll be nice. It'll be relaxing. And I was like, oh, no.
We're not going to get that much sleep or
Probably
rest.
not that relaxing. But we have the rest of the year to relax.
See you, Sean. Sean's going to watch Godzilla -1. I want to go see that next week sometime.
Okay. Let's do it.
I'm going to make you go see a movie with me.
Someone might get us a movie gift card for Christmas, so we could always...
That's a whole nother season.
What?
I was being Luke. That's a whole nother week.
Oh.
I've only heard great things about it.
You can go see movies with your friends next season.
Thanks, Uncle Owen.
I need you here.
You know Christmas is when I need you most.
You know the house is a wreck.
Covered in wrapping paper. and lights. Power Rangers explained, sorry, I didn't see you sent in another super chat. I can verify both get chaotic with kids, especially on weekends. I used to work at Dollar Tree. By the way, remember 3 years ago and the Investor Day 2-hour stream? Oh, yeah. Okay, let's talk.
That?
Yeah, that was 2020. I think it was like December 10th. So it was, it's about 3 years exactly. Maybe it is exactly 3 years, but that's when they announced the Acolyte, Rangers of the New Republic. Okay, here, I'll do things that are happening versus things that are not. So the Acolyte, Rangers of the New Republic, the New Republic movie. That's when they first talked about everything coming to a climactic event. Rogue Squadron, rest in peace for now. Lando is happening, but has been changed to a movie so far. I don't think they talked about Skeleton Crew. I'm trying. That was 3 years is so long to remember things. There were like 10 projects announced.
For Star Wars?
I think so. It was more than 5.
Oh, didn't they talk about Eclipse?
No, that was the Game Awards, but that was
right.
around that time. A Droid Story, which we haven't heard about since then. That's right, Dan Ben.
Oh, yeah.
MC Lego Boy Boba Fett happened, but was not announced there. Because we were all... I think there were rumors about the Boba Fett show, and it didn't get announced, and we saw it in like the post-credits scene. Oh, yeah, Ahsoka. Ahsoka was talked about. So now we're up to 8. And the Skeleton Crew I don't think was announced until Celebration 2022? Yeah.
That sounds right.
I think we had heard about it for a while, like on the rumor mill, but I don't think they talked about it. I think Andor and Obi-Wan were mentioned, but that wasn't an announcement. I'd have to just go back and look at the...
Oh, wait. Well, wasn't that when they announced Andor and everybody was like, we don't need that. We didn't ask for that.
Andor was announced not that long after The Mandalorian.
Oh, okay.
It was before, I think, Disney Plus even came out. And then there was a whole thing where they brought Diego and Alan Tudyk out. And, of course, Alan Tudyk wasn't even in season 1. Oh, yeah, Brian Barrett Willow, I think, was announced there.
Oh, R.I.P.
But it did happen.
It did, and now it's nowhere to be found. They better put that out on physical media. If they're doing it for Mandalorian, they set a precedent. They gotta... Oh, boy. Hi, Pippin.
The Bad Batch? That's up there. But... I feel like 2020. I feel like the Bad Batch had already started then? No. Did it? Was Phoebe there?
I don't remember that. I don't remember anything from 2020 other than...
Oh no, Bad Batch started in 2021.
Drinking a lot of White Claw.
Yep.
And being sad.
Yep. Being inside. Okay, so Bad Batch happened. They announced something called Children of Blood and Bone, which was not a Star Wars thing.
Oh.
But I haven't heard anything else about that. But basically on this list, A Droid Story, Rogue Squadron, Rangers of the New Republic. So 3 Star Wars things were announced there that have not yet come to pass.
Cue the Mr. Rogers gif with the clown mask.
Lucasfilm lost the rights to Blood and Bone. It's now with Paramount or someone else.
I think that's based off a book series.
I I barely remember that.
Siri, I thought that I said her name, and she just goes, uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
That was weird. You shush.
AZ Blue is also very angry about Willow. I'm disappointed. Like, I didn't love the first season, but I was willing to watch more. I really liked Borman's character. And the fact that it ended as if, like, there's going to be 2 more seasons of this.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
What a
Fingers
bunch
crossed.
of baloney.
Which, that just feels like a John Kasdan thing at this point. Like, especially with the nature of streaming and the way it is. Like,
That is entitlement at its worst.
I wish people would stop telling stories with the assumption, that you're going to get more seasons.
Yep.
And he did the same thing with Solo: A Star Wars Story, where he said, like, well, the plan was to make it 3 films. And it's like, stop it.
How confident are you in that plan?
Yeah.
If not very, then don't execute it like you're assuming it's going to work out that way.
Oh, it's fitting that I'm wearing my Force Center Speculate Responsibly t-shirt, but Joseph Scrimshaw was talking about that recently, of just the feeling of anxiety that, like, we haven't heard anything about Ahsoka Season 2, and it's definitely set up for a Season 2. I think it's likely that it'll get one, but... being very noisy over there.
Sorry.
But just, like, the wait to hear of, like, oh, well, are we going to get to finish this story or not? And at least in Star Wars, you can always get a book or a comic or something, but...
I don't know, that's not really a guarantee anymore.
I feel like that's a lesser risk. Like, even Willow, I have a feeling if that story is not going to continue on Disney Plus, they can finish it in books.
Yeah, but will they?
I don't know. But I think that there's probably enough of an audience that it might be worth the investment of a book instead of a TV show. Scotty Heron, thanks for the super chat. For New Year's Eve, my girlfriend and I are going to a music festival. I'm dressing as a party stormtrooper and have some Star Wars necklaces to give out. What are some good trooper quotes I could use for people? Move along. Set for stun. You rebel scum. That's not a stormtrooper, but it's very Imperial.
All I can think of is, look, sir, droids.
It's a good one. Do you think it's another drill? Now I'm like going through all the movies. Do stormtroopers even have lines in The Empire Strikes Back? I can't remember a stormtrooper saying anything.
If anyone compliments your outfit, you can say, huh? Oh, the uniform.
That's good. I mean, just, aren't you a little short for a stormtrooper? I can't see a thing out of this helmet. You seen the new BT-16? That's good, Reverend Tripster.
I like that. You can just tell people for the Empire. Although that's a little...
That's a little much.
It's a little much.
Especially for a music festival.
We haven't gone to any music festivals, have we? I was talking about, because there's Shaky Knees is in Atlanta every, like, April or May. I was talking about wanting to go to that.
We went and saw Muse at Centennial Olympic Park.
That's right. Was that a festival?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they were the only people there.
We just timed it so we would see them, and then, like, it got shut down or something, and we waited for hours for them to come back. But it was worth it because it's Muse. I used to go to the 99X free concerts down at Underground Atlanta, I think is where they were.
Yeah.
Those were fun. Hey, Dan Ritter. Thanks for being a Biggs mega fan for 8 months. Happy holidays, folks. It's been a crazy few months. Glad to be watching again. Hope all is well.
Hi, Dan.
Things are great, Dan. We miss you, Dan. Good to hear from you.
I feel like this month has been especially busy, but like very randomly busy. Just like little clusters of busy times, and then just whenever we're not busy doing stuff, I'm like, I gotta clean, I gotta wrap presents, I gotta buy presents, I gotta do laundry. I hate doing laundry.
Everyone does.
I gotta do my stupid workouts so I can be hot. 2024 hotness.
Hot girl year.
Yeah.
Not just summer.
Nope. Hot girl winter. You build everything in the winter time, then you show it off.
Bolt girl winter.
Huh?
I just liked that.
And then you show it off.
Show it off.
Yeah, I'm bulking. I'll be saying that a lot this weekend, so get ready for that.
Oh, yeah. I have to eat all these cookies because I'm bulking.
I was actually thinking about breakfasts this weekend, and I was like, do you think people would be mad if I brought my own eggs and toast to make?
It's a very Ron Swanson thing. If I were to bring...
I need my protein.
What CC's like, if I were to bring some deviled eggs, could I be assured fridge space and that no one else would eat them?
Don't eat my eggs. I need them.
Oh, Mindertron, sorry. Saw so many good shows at the Masquerade and ATL. I have good memories of the Masquerade as well, being up in... So the way that venue is set up, there's heaven, purgatory, and hell. There's 3 levels to it. And if you're in heaven, the top level, and you're jumping around, that floor felt like...
It's in a different place now.
Now they moved it, and it probably is not.
But the original... No one
terrifying.
will ever forget how rickety the original building was. It was terrifying.
But I didn't care. I was like, if this is how I go out, this is how I go.
I'm already in heaven.
Exactly. Tony Golden II, thanks so much for the super chat. Rank the TV shows Clone Wars, Bad Batch, and Rebels. Every time we do this, we make the Clone Wars kids mad.
Rebels, Bad Batch, Clone Wars.
This is tough for me. Because... I don't know where to put the Bad Batch yet. But I feel like it's been so consistent. But... it also had the benefit of like having a running start because of the Clone Wars. I do think I'll put... I think I agree with you.
And I'm not saying that that is like the definitive ranking
No, of
that
course
everyone
not.
should follow. That's just my ranking.
But we didn't grow up with the Clone Wars. I always feel like I have to preface it. We did not have the Clone Wars when we were growing up, so we don't have like that very strong child relationship with it.
Yeah.
Where like that was my definition of Star Wars. The Clone Wars actually took me some getting used to, but then once I feel like I got it, it's great. And I do think that out of all 3 series, it probably still has my favorite Star Wars animation moments. But
yeah, Clone Wars did... For me, honestly, it felt like a little bit of a chore a lot of the time to watch. But the stuff that I liked from it was very memorable, and I did like it a lot. So, like, it had its moments. But as a whole, as far as, like, what I thought about it and, like, rewatchability-wise, Rebels definitely comes out on top, and Bad Batch closely follows that.
The Clone Wars, the thing that holds it back for me is just that it feels so scattered, and that it's always jumping around between who's involved and who's not. And I like watching a close-knit family unit whether it's
Yeah.
the Ghost Crew or the Bad Batch, and just every week getting to follow them and see how they change. That's kind of what I prefer in a TV show. But
yeah, maybe like too, as far as rewatching it, because Rebels does follow a close-knit family, it's a lot easier to rewatch because it doesn't jump all over the place.
it's also shorter.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Clone Wars, but my introduction to Star Wars animation, not counting the Tartakovsky Clone Wars from 2004 and 5, 03? When did that start? Anyway, that series.
2003, I think.
That was what I saw first. And then I basically like went off to college, heard they were doing a Star Wars cartoon, and like there was one in theaters, and I was like, I don't think that's for me.
They didn't put a sweater on Chewie.
He doesn't need one.
Well, says who? He might want one.
I'm
no
sure
one
he
needs
wants
a
one.
sweater.
Some people need sweaters. But yeah, I like just didn't get into animation until 2015 when Rebels came out, and then I like kind of made myself watch Rebels and realized I like Star Wars animation, and then watched the Clone Wars, and my introduction to Star Wars animation is all over the place. Francisco, well, first of all, Reverend Drigster, going back to the Masquerade talk, says, pretty sure death by mosh pit gets you into Valhalla at the very least.
Hell yeah.
I appreciate that.
I think you're right.
Francisco Gios, thanks so much for the super chat. Hello guys, my question for today is out of Star Wars. Are you planning to watch Rebel Moon? I'm planning on it.
I have no idea where that just went.
Uh-oh, what'd you drop?
A piece.
What kind of piece? Oh, I heard that.
That was my nail.
Oh.
A little gray piece on the gray carpet.
If it's a little...
Oh, wait, no, that is the piece. I didn't drop it.
You put it on.
Oh, I got it on.
You put it on and we're like, I dropped it.
Yeah.
Are you going
Sorry.
to watch Rebel Moon?
It looks interesting. Maybe.
I'm going to watch it.
I don't have a super hard opinion on Zack Snyder stuff, but I'll probably check it out.
There are some of his movies that I love and some of his movies that I really don't. But he always puts together a compelling looking trailer. And, this seems like it's up my alley, so I'm going to give it a shot.
Yeah.
Go in with an open mind.
I don't think I have anything against Zack Snyder, the movie maker. It's the fans that were the bullies online.
Well, I mean, that's true of just about
Yeah.
anyone or any franchise that has a following.
Right. Yeah. But other than that, I mean, the story, I feel like it reminded me a little bit of like Buffy meets Dune meets Star Wars or something.
I don't really know much about the movie at all, like the plot, and I'm okay with that. In fact, I think I am happy about it. I just saw kind of the visuals and I remember that and I was like, looks cool.
Wait, is it a movie or a show?
It's a movie.
Is it 4 hours long?
No, but there are going to be 2 parts.
Of course.
But yeah, I like Zack Snyder as a person.
With the poor.
I think seems pretty chill. They didn't give him a Christmas outfit either.
He's too small.
Oh,
Although Grogu has one.
these porgs have outfits.
Aw. Well, they don't really have outfits. They just have different color bodies. But they do have hats.
Oh, you dropping Grogu here again reminds me. I meant to tell you this, and I can give this as a tease for everyone who knows about Father Son Galaxy, the podcast with Keith and Kerwin. Keith being, I'm not sure how old he is now, but he's a younger Star Wars fan, and he's really fun to talk to. He's really smart, and I did their podcast Monday. We recorded it. It's not out yet. But yeah, we basically looked back over 2023, talked about our favorite stories and everything, but they asked us what was our favorite Lego set that we built over the past year. And then I asked Keith what his favorite was, and he was showing me the Infinity Gauntlet, kind of like the helmet and thing.
Yeah.
But he dropped it a bit.
A bit?
And broke it a little bit. And my reaction to that was pretty intense. I was like, I've been there. I'm so sorry. And it looked fixable, but just the drama of dropping a Lego on a podcast. So I'm just saying, you can go check that out.
I've been there.
You can check it out when it's live.
Yeah, we know that feeling.
That when I was working on the Venator a couple weeks ago, and I had to get in and put like one piece that I missed in a difficult spot, like I was sweating.
Alex gets
I was so upset
stressed about that
because
stuff.
I didn't want to break the whole thing, but that piece looked important. That was rough. I was gonna look up. I think Rebel Moon comes out in like a week.
Oh, I didn't know it was so soon.
Yeah, it comes out on the 22nd.
Well, we gotta go see Godzilla -1 first.
Godzilla -1. Well, Rebel Moon is a Netflix movie.
Oh, okay. That's why I thought it was streaming. I thought it was a show.
Yeah.
I gotcha. I mean, if I can watch it from my couch, absolutely.
Jeannie from Tahini, thanks so much for being a Biggs mega fan. Says, hi, how is your dive into Legends going? It hasn't started yet.
I was like, what? And then I remembered the video that just came out.
That I do plan on starting with the Thrawn trilogy again, just because that seems like it's important moving forward. But I've been having the urge to read like the Jedi Academy trilogy and work my way up into the New Jedi Order again, at least, because I don't know, I'm just feeling drawn back to those books. But right now I'm reading through the Avatar books because I've never read those. So I've already read the 2 Kyoshi novels, and I'm reading the first Yang Chen novel right now, and there's one more after that. So when I finish those, then maybe I'll pick the Thrawn trilogy back up.
Those sound like cool books.
Oh, I loved the Kyoshi books. I'm only like a third of the way through Yang Chen #1 so far. It hasn't grabbed me in the same way yet, but the Kyoshi novels were awesome.
We need to get back to our rewatch.
Yeah, we do.
I want to get to Toph.
She's in like the next episode.
Yay!
We can watch some Avatar tonight.
Yay! Oh, but what about my cult show? Although you weren't there for the first episode, so you won't get it.
I can't keep all your cults straight. Molly watches too many cult shows.
I do. The documentaries, they get me every time. I don't know when my obsession with documentaries started, but just like real stuff, real true event type stuff, just like not really history as much. It's more like stuff that's either like a true crime or a cult, like stuff that's a little shocking. Can't get enough of it.
MC Lego Boy says, Earth is the best element because it rocks. And Tommy P says, but fire is lit.
Oh.
I just got some new D&D dice. They just like came with something else that I ordered. And I was like, there's something about these that are calling to me. And I'm like really glad they showed up. And I realized it's because they're green and gold. And I was like, it's the Earth Nation. I like it.
Yeah.
What's your favorite element? Elemental nation, I guess.
know. Like, I know what element I would want to be able to control, but I don't know.
Is it fire?
Yeah. I don't know if it's my favorite nation, because the Fire Nation is kind of...
Little fash.
Little fash. I guess it would be the Earth Nation, but I'm like really curious about the
Earth Nation is also, they got problems. I mean, all of them do, but
I'm curious about the Airbenders, but they're all gone.
not in the books. And not in Korra. We've seen Korra.
I just started a new book. I can't read any more books.
But they're very Jedi. They're like monks and nuns and stuff. I don't think I would want to hang with Air Nation all the time.
Actually, well, I'm trying to think, like, would I want to be a firebender or a waterbender? Because I could always bloodbend.
I knew you were going to go that way. It doesn't matter which. You're like, do I want to be, like, the bad guys?
How can I be evil?
Do I want to be the bad guys in Avatar The Last Airbender? Or do I want to be the bad guy version of the waterbenders?
I just like the ability to choose it if I wanted to. I would, if I were a firebender, though, I would want to be able to do lightning like Palpatine.
Sure. I don't think we've seen any...
I wouldn't use it for bad stuff.
Bloodbending is taking away someone's will.
I would not use it for bad stuff.
Okay.
I stand by my word.
I don't think we've seen any bad airbenders yet, but that is mostly because they've all been just gone. But
Okay, that one I definitely dropped.
we had the Fire Nation were the bad guys in The Last Airbender, and then Korra had a waterbender bad guy,
Who
I
bent
think.
the air out of someone's lungs?
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah, season 3 had like the group of baddies, and it was like one was a firebender, and one was earth, and one was water, and one was
They were
air.
like the bad Power Rangers.
That's right.
Or no, not Power Rangers. What am I thinking of? Captain Planet? I don't know.
I guess. Yeah.
They all had the magic rings
Earth, Wind,
that
Fire, Heart.
did different stuff.
Yeah, I did like them. That seasons 1 and 3 of Korra were off the charts good. 2 had a bad guy waterbender. 4
I
was
liked
4 was an
2,
earthbender.
'cause it
I know
was
you really
weird.
like I liked the weird spirit realm stuff too, but just overall I liked the baddies of 1 and 3 more.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Avatar, I just realized is one of those. It's a Star Wars universe to me where I'm like, I'll give any of it a shot. I probably won't love all of it. Like right now, I'm not super into the Yang Chen books, but that's okay because you can just like jump anywhere and just see what this Avatar's life was like, and it's fun piecing them together. And we got the live action series coming up, and then I think Netflix is also doing an animated series about the Earthbender after Korra. And that's cool too.
Same animation style?
They haven't gone into that yet, but I think the one teaser image they released looked like it.
I like the animation. Simple.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Jeannie, the novels are really good. At least I can speak for the 2 Kyoshi novels. I really, really liked them. I'm just glad to see a lot of Korra love.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That was
Because I know, like, I'm not a part of the Avatar fandom, I would say, but I know that there are people who are like, Avatar The Last Airbender is great, but Korra, bleh. Like, you know, same thing that happens in Star Wars. But I thought Korra was pretty rad. like we're talking about Reverend Trickster's bringing up the airbending, the air out of someone's lungs, and the blood bending. Like the books do a really cool job of continuing to explore just what you can do with bending in lots of horrific ways.
Oh no.
Like there are points in those books where I was like, oh my god, like you cannot do this in a cartoon. Lord Hosk, thank you for the super chat. Says, do you like turtles?
Turtles?
It specifically says Whittle Kid voice. Do you like turtles?
I like turtles.
I like turtles.
I saw a little turtle ornament when I was at the Hallmark store, and I almost bought it because as soon as I looked at it, I was like, I like turtles.
I like turtles.
But I bought the fat dragon from Dungeons and Dragons instead.
Live action Star Wars says, I would bend the air out of people's behinds and embarrass them in front of their friends.
Fart bending! That exists.
I remember you talking about that when we were watching through Avatar. You were like, is farting airbending? And then in Korra, that little kid airbender fart bends.
It's like, oh my god, farting is just airbending. I am 12.
Milo, that's right. Thank you, MC Lego Boy. Ooh. Reverend Trickster says, I like the novel's interpretation of Yang-Chen as an atypically ruthless airbender. I have not gotten to that yet, so that piques my interest. Especially knowing her legacy as this beneficent figure. But the plot fell a little flat for me.
Is she the one that you said, like, is kind of schizophrenic and has multiple personalities?
That's just, like, the best way I can describe it, but all the avatars have the ability to speak to their past lives. Mm-hmm. So, like, Aang has to learn to speak to Roku, and then when you can kind of go down the chain and continue to talk to other past avatars. Usually in storytelling, we've seen that Aang, Kyoshi, I think Korra, but they all have like trouble making that spiritual connection. But Yang-Chen it's too easy for her to the point where she was a child and like basically her a random past life would just take over her mind. And I was like, that's an interesting jumping off point.
That would be funny as a kid, like getting in trouble as a little kid. Your parents, the kid could be like, that wasn't me. That was my past life.
Mm-hmm. And I'm the avatar, so can't ground me.
Nope.
But yeah, with the live action show coming, I've been like really getting into Avatar stuff. I want to get into the comics next.
Oh, there's comics?
Oh yeah. There's I think a comic that gets into Zuko and his search for his mother, which is like the one thing they just had to do it in season 3 of The Last Airbender. Like the show is ending and he goes and approaches his father and is like, where's my mom? Mm-hmm. So they did a comic to finish that up.
Good for him. Fixing his mommy and daddy issues.
I love Zuko so much. He's the best character to watch in that. Mindertron, thank you for the super chat. Check out the 12 Tribes episode on cults and extreme belief. They run the Yellow Deli restaurants, and one is in Chattanooga on UTC's campus.
What?
We were just in Chattanooga in September.
What was it called?
The 12 Tribes episode on cults and extreme belief. So the show is Cults and Extreme Belief.
Okay.
And the cult is called 12 Tribes, I think.
I will look into that.
See you later, Scotty. Thanks for hanging.
Bye, Scotty. If you haven't already watched it, watch Mother God. on HBO. It is wild. Like, I've seen a lot of cult shows, and that one was by far maybe the weirdest.
Sounded weird.
And kind of shocking towards the end. I was like, oh my god. I wish it were longer.
Deidre Russell, thanks so much for being a Biggs mega fan. We've got a slew of questions here. Will you play Frontiers of Pandora? It's not on my list yet. I think that's the new Avatar game that came out. I'm not super into that Avatar. to keep talking about Avatar.
Yeah.
I'm more into the animated Avatar, not the blue people Avatar. But I really love animated Avatar.
We didn't even see the new Avatar movie.
No, I'm sure we'll watch it at some point. I almost watched it on a plane, and I think it was too long for the flight. And it was like, okay. Also, James Cameron would have literally, like, probably flown up in a helicopter to yell at me for watching it on such a tiny screen.
The fact that it's too long to watch on the plane is already docking it for me.
It's long. I've heard good things. I'm sure we'll watch it at some point.
I was like shocked that they were making another one. It's like, didn't that come out a long time ago? Is anyone still interested in Avatar?
I mean, it did really well.
I suppose.
Did Molly eat the strange extra starch thing at Thanksgiving? Noodles and mashed potatoes.
I did eat a little of it. It's not that it's not good. It's just
a lot of starch.
It's a lot of work for not a lot of payoff.
I can agree with you on that. It is a lot of work to make those noodles. And I agree that, like, if you're going to go through all that work,
do something else with the noodles.
But it's just like this Midwestern thing of, like, noodles and mashed potatoes. Deidre sent in a super chat, thank you, that says, the 15-year-old is judging you super hard right now. I assume because of our Avatar.
See, it's wild to me that 15-year-olds care about Avatar. When did the first movie come out?
2012, I think.
So I guess
they
were like
4?
really young enough for it to like make a real impression, and then yeah, I don't know. By 2012, I was like, cool. Maybe we'll see it in 3D. And then after that, I was like, I don't care.
I feel like just from my life perspective, I get to this point where I'm like, I've got the franchises that I love, and I'm very much a creature of habit. Like, when we order Thai food, I always get chicken Penang because I know I love it, and I should branch out and try more things. I've tried plenty of Thai food, but like, I always just, give me the Penang. I know it'll be good. I do that a lot, and I need to branch out more.
I feel like
but that's what I do every day of my life. I'm like, give me more Star Wars.
If we go to like a Thai restaurant, it's different because their menus are usually a little bit different. But if we're ordering food to be delivered, I just want like something I know is good. Mm-hmm. And I always get the pad prick. Now you know our Thai food orders.
And ham or turkey for Christmas?
For Christmas? Ham. Like, why go through all the trouble to make another turkey that's gonna be mid? You know it's gonna be mid.
You make a great turkey.
It's fine, but like, it's so much work to try to make it okay. Like, I mean,
we don't really do ham.
I can make a better chicken than that.
We don't do a big ol' Christmas dinner. I mean, I used to growing up when I would travel to Ohio to meet up with my cousins and my grandparents, and like, we were all together. But
yeah, well, you don't really do but big family stuff for the holidays. But like, I'm talking about the little chunks of ham you can get at the deli and you just stick in the oven, heat it up.
Easy.
I'll just have a couple slices of that, and then you can make sandwiches out of it.
We just like wake up, make some coffee, make some breakfast, open our presents.
Although, if it's fried turkey, that's a different story.
Oh yeah, for our cabin trip and for Friendsgiving, our same friend makes an incredible fried turkey, and
It's like injected with this like Creole seasoning stuff. It's so good.
he made it for Friendsgiving, and he's coming to the winter cabin, and our friend who like plans that whole trip asked him to make it again, and we're like, oh no, gotta eat it again. Yeah, fried turkey is the way to go, but it's dangerous. Be careful.
Yeah, it's a lot of salt, and I'm like, I just want to eat the skin.
Oh, the skin is so good.
It's creepy.
It's so good.
I'm sorry for any vegans watching.
Deidre Russell agrees, says, amen, honey baked ham for the win.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give
Love
me
a
a good
good
ham.
ham.
And thank you for another super chat, Deidre. And Lightspeed Bear sent in a super chat. Thank you. Which sequel trilogy ship battle is your favorite? The escape from Jakku in 7, the battle of over Dakar from 8, or Exegol from 9? I like 7 best, but 8 is great too. I mean, there's also... Yeah, I was like a space battle. There's a dogfight, I guess, but the battle over Takodana and Starkiller Base are pretty good too.
I liked the Battle of Crate a lot.
Crate is like...
That one's not really a space battle.
I think it's the same way that like the Battle of Hoth is. You know, it's a land battle, but it's still sci-fi and all.
And I mean, the battle at the one in Jakku, that was mostly in atmosphere.
The one I'm thinking of is Poe and Finn escaping.
Oh, but that happens so fast.
That's true, but that's my favorite one.
That's fair.
I get it's possible that. Oh yeah, I guess Lightspeed Bear does mean escape from Jakku, not return to Jakku.
That's what I heard.
Okay, that's fine. But my favorite is Poe and Finn flying away from... I love that scene so much. Like, that's just...
And I like the one where they're escaping because Rey and Finn are bonding.
Yeah, same thing. That I think The Force Awakens does such a good job with its new characters. I just remember the Poe Finn scene being the moment in the theater where I was like, they did it.
They made me care.
Like, it's the Ian Malcolm from Jurassic Park. Like, you son of a bitch, you really did it. Just the two of them, like, having that banter flying around. And then, yeah, Rey and Finn doing the same thing over comms, trying to work together, and BB-8's bouncing around the ship. Like, such a fun scene.
Rey, I love how happy Rey is in that scene, how excited she gets just flying a big ship like that for the first time and, like, getting away from Jakku all in the same, like, day. That was, like, the best day
What
for
a
her.
day, yeah. I love the takeoff sequence where she's just like crashing into things and crushing that little, I don't know what to call it, the gateway. Mm-hmm. Yeah, just a fun sequence. God, Force Awakens is good.
It's so good.
If we
I
weren't-
wish J.J. Abrams made good sequels.
I feel like The Rise of Skywalker just it got too in the weeds where JJ in Force Awakens just had to make like really likable characters and set up a bunch of stuff, and then I do feel like that's easier than concluding everything, but
I still have a whole nother bag.
yeah, but that's like all decoration and stuff.
Oh,
You'll be
is
fine.
it?
It's not that big. Tommy P says he does make good sequels, in my opinion. And yet, like, The Rise of Skywalker does have a lot of fun moments in it. It's like a couple story beats that just don't land for me, but never any shade to anyone who loves episode 9.
Yeah. Yeah, it just didn't work for me. No.
Man, but The Force Awakens was that was a fun day. Like, seeing it with a big group of friends. We brought the best man in our wedding went and saw it with us, and he is not what I would classify as a nerd. I feel like he's really turned into more of one lately, but he was like, "Oh yeah, I'll go watch Star Wars with you," and we walked out of it, and he was like, "I get it. Like, I understand Star Wars now." And I was like, "Yes."
My job here is done.
And now it's been a little frustrating it's been 4 years, and it's going to be almost 7, I think, when we finally do get another movie. But I feel like that time apart is going to make the new Jedi Order movie,
I hope so.
like, that much more exciting.
I really hope so. Look at this little guy. Is this a
Little turkey, Nuna.
Nuna?
It definitely just looks like a turkey.
Yeah. Try to put its legs on backwards.
Tommy P says, best theater experience I ever had was The Force Awakens, December 2015.
Yeah, it was pretty great.
That was my favorite Star Wars theater experience of the last however long since 2015.
Mm-hmm.
I think The Dark Knight might be my favorite theater going experience.
Yeah.
That was super fun. That was like a perfect storm of, we had just started dating, and like we went and got in line early. It was our friend's birthday. We brought a cake. Like, that was the first time we really made a big thing out of going to see a movie.
Yeah.
And also, just like The Force Awakens, everyone there was there to like watch that movie and shut up while they did it. So I remember the lights going down, and it was like the quietest I've ever heard a movie theater, which I loved.
Now I'm down to all the little tiny pieces.
MC Lego Boy said, good lord, did Molly just pour all the tiny pieces into the bigger pile?
Are you not supposed to do that?
MC Lego Boy's just judging.
Well, there's not really a big pile anymore. I'm down to just the little tiny pieces.
Just letting you know you're being judged. Adam Torsk says, just built the same set yesterday, mainly for the Rey Christmas sweater minifigure. Aw, best Star Wars channel ever. Thanks, Adam.
Thank you. I feel like we're gonna have some slow times in the upcoming new year, but I'm excited for the stuff that's coming out.
Yeah, we don't have any dates. We don't know when. I think you're probably right that the Bad Batch will be the first out of the gate, but don't know when.
That's why I wore my shirt today. I was like, maybe I'll
manifest
some news.
Well, Monday, I recorded and I finished editing the like everything coming in 2024 video. So it's going to come out on Friday. And I feel like that will be the signal the day that comes out, and we'll be on vacation. That afternoon, they're going to be like, Bad Batch Season 3 is coming out, blah, blah, blah. And also, they'll announce something new just to twist the knife.
Sure. Because why not?
Doug Every, thank you so much for the super chat. Have you seen the Adam Driver interview on Rich Eisen?
Yes.
Yes, we have.
The one where he's talking about Kylo Ren and Ben Solo and all that. Yeah.
It didn't really surprise me.
No.
The way that it just sounded like...
It's just it comes down to it just being nice to hear Adam Driver discuss that role.
Yeah, it does.
Because...
I was just excited to be like, he's talking about Star Wars?
Yeah, sometimes it feels like he hated being in a Star Wars.
Which I don't think is the case. I think he is just the Harrison Ford of this generation. Like, I don't think Harrison Ford hates Star Wars. I think he just doesn't want to be only known for that.
Yeah.
And so I think Adam has been a little hesitant to discuss it. But he seemed very open in that interview, and I liked watching it. But yeah, the actual content of, like... We thought one thing in The Force Awakens... And that was where, like, JJ would say, here are my thoughts for where this character could go. But at that point, it was not up to JJ. It was going to be up to Ryan and then Colin Trevorrow. Mm-hmm. And then The Last Jedi came out, which I think, based on... So Adam said that Kylo was supposed to get, like, deeper and deeper into the dark side. And while Kylo definitely had some conflict within himself... and meeting Rey and everything in The Last Jedi, I would say he ended that movie in trajectory with what JJ first thought. Like, he doubled down and kept on going darker. So then when JJ came to finish things, it was like, oh, now I really have to decide what I want to say with this story and change some things.
Which I'm sure was frustrating for Adam Driver and everyone involved, but he handled it like a professional. That's like just one of the reasons I am team like pro plan. Yeah.
If you're going to make a trilogy in this modern day and age.
Especially, I'm just thinking about the actors, especially in such a huge franchise where you have to go to things like Celebration, and fans are so attached to whatever you're making in the franchise. Like, they're going to be asked about those roles for the rest of their lives. And so if they hated it, or if they weren't like a fan of how their characters were handled, that's going to be tough to do for the rest of their career. Just like talk about, well, you know, creative differences.
I didn't get that from Adam's interview, though.
No, I didn't either, but I'm just saying, like, for the plan to change like that over the course of a trilogy, it might have made it more difficult for him to really get into character and like find that character for himself as an actor. Yeah.
And to be fair, like, that is just movie making. Like, every movie goes into production with a plan, aka a script, and then things change. Like, they change constantly. So to do that for 3 movies is even more difficult.
Yeah. I hope that he had a good time. And I want him to keep doing SNL skits.
Yeah, he's great on SNL.
Never stop that. I still need to like go through and watch the new ones because I feel like I haven't really seen them.
I saw Chazertron 5000 ask if The Acolyte is still in production. I don't believe so, because it's coming out this year. And back in, was that April? Was that when Star Wars Celebration was?
Yes.
Leslie Headland said that they already had 4 episodes done. So I think they're well into post-production by now. I wouldn't be surprised if it's pretty much ready to go. Like, I think they were done filming a long time ago and they just had to do post. So I don't think it is still in production, but probably in editing. Gabo Lizardo, thanks for the very generous super chat. Which Star Wars characters would be iPhone or Android users? So what is iPhone more basic? Is that what you would say? As an iPhone user.
iPhone is easier to use, maybe. Well, I guess that depends. But iPhones, I think, are the more trendy thing. I don't know.
I'm gonna go with Han Solo as an Android user because he likes to customize things.
He likes to make things more difficult.
Yeah. Like, he took the Millennium Falcon and really roughed it up, but also added a lot of special modifications. You can't really do that so much with an iPhone, so I think he would be an Android user.
This doesn't look right. They want you to put these 2 pieces. Oh wait, there's going to be a third one.
I think basically any mechanic character would probably be Android. Obi-Wan Kenobi is an iPhone user. Because I could see him, even in the Clone Wars, just struggling to... He doesn't like flying.
Oh, yeah.
He has trouble with droids.
He's got a jitterbug.
And he's still yelling into it, "Call Anakin!"
Oh, that's why.
Son of Soren literally just said the same thing and went, "Yes!" when you said it.
Oh, the jitterbug.
Your mom had one of those for a while, right?
Yes, she did. I wish they still made them, because now she has an iPhone, and I don't hear from her that often. I think she hates it.
I do, yet most Jedi having Apple, I think, makes sense, because it's just like, here's standard issue, go.
Yeah.
Clone Troopers as well. Although Clone Troopers like to modify their armor and stuff. They might want to have little extra individuality. But Anakin, if whatever the rest of the Jedi are, Anakin is the opposite.
Yeah. Because he's got to be cool and different.
MC Lego Boy says they still make the jitterbug. So.
Do they really?
Mm.
I guess, well, I haven't been able to find it through T-Mobile, so...
Yazertron says all the assassins and bounty hunters would have flip phones for burners.
Mm-hmm.
That works. Matt Lang says Jar Jar has a Windows phone. Haunted Autumn, I agree. All Imperial officers would probably just have an iPhone.
Probably. Yeah, the Empire would love Apple.
Yeah.
All their stuff looks very sleek and the same.
The I stands for Imperial. Just here's your Imperial phone. Mm-hmm. One Up versus CPU says Ahsoka would carry around one of each.
Yeah.
I like that.
Because she's smart. What?
Dorwin says Nimic would have a flip phone. He'd have a freaking rotary phone.
He'd
that
have
he
one
somehow...
of those black phones that Ryan had.
Those don't work, though. Like, his whole thing is... He would definitely be anti-Apple. I guess just, like, the earliest model of cell phone that would still work but was reliable, he would have that. I like the idea of him carrying a rotary phone around that's just connected to a satellite.
This Christmas tree is strangely very chaotic and hard to build.
It looks good. It looks like you're doing it right.
I am now, but like, why choose those pieces?
Because it's got to be flat against the wall.
I know that. Never mind.
Okay. I forget Molly gets frustrated when she builds. I know that.
I'm just like, why? Who decided to make this?
What gives you the right?
How so difficult?
David 8 says Maul has a broken Android. Deidre Russell says Krennic would carry the big car phone in a suitcase. He thinks it's impressive.
Oh yeah, he's the hipster. He's got the hipster gun. He needs the hipster phone.
And Deidre also, thank you for the super chat, talking about Obi-Wan, says he loved flying until he flew the hulls of a ship. Scotty Heron, thank you for the next super chat. Which High Republic Jedi do you think would get along well with which prequel or original trilogy Jedi? I'd love to see Bell hang out with Ezra, they're animal lovers. Son with Obi-Wan, Elzar with Quinlan, Porter with Anakin. I think Porter would get along with just about anyone, but I wanted to pair him with Mace just because they both kind of have that warrior mentality to them.
I think Loden and Obi-Wan would get into some trouble.
I just started thinking about Loden and I got sad.
I'm sorry.
I'm like, I guess we have to take Yoda out of the equation because he
was there for
he
all
gets
of
to
it.
know everybody.
Yeah.
Same with Oppo Rancisis, Yarl Poof, Terra Sanube, you cheaters.
Ooh. What if Orla Jarini taught Asajj?
Yeah,
The possibilities.
Asajj probably wouldn't have gone dark side unless Orla died the same way that Kyneric did.
about that.
But
We don't talk about that.
I do like Elzar with Quinlan. My assumption, my first thought was to put him with Anakin, but that's kind of a basic answer. But Elzar and Quinlan, yeah, they're both like non-traditional Jedi. I like that. I was also going to say Orla with Qui-Gon, because that Padawan book, the second Obi-Wan mentioned a Wayseeker, Qui-Gon was like, ooh,
what's that?
yeah, tell me more. Hey, Brian. Brian says Loden and Qui-Gon. That Loden is another Loden and everyone.
Loden, yeah.
He's just a cool dude.
I keep thinking of Loden because I'm like, we didn't get him for long enough to really see him with anyone.
Let him talk to Pong Krell, and maybe Pong Krell wouldn't have been terrible. Loden could like fix everyone, I feel like.
Maybe. Who else? Vernestra and Ahsoka will get along.
Yeah, both like young and gifted. You making a little dinner table?
I don't know.
Molly's over it. We've reached that point.
I'm hungry.
I don't know what I'm doing.
I don't know. Oh, is this the dinner table? I guess it is. I thought it was another decoration.
It's got a tablecloth on it.
Is that what this is?
I think so.
Okay, if you say so.
It's been 90 minutes. Molly needs a snack and a nap. Scotty says, send Porter to deal with Pong Krell. Is my personal idea. Yeah, I think Porter could do it.
Oh, it's tilted off to the side.
Who's like the bookiest Jedi? I'm trying to pair Wreath with somebody.
Jocasta Nu.
I mean, sure. But someone a little more contemporary. Although him and Terra Sinube sound like they would be fun, but he knows Terra. That's cheating.
I'm really only thinking of Obi-Wan, but Luminara?
I don't want to put him through that. Is Jane still here?
Ooh, little cup.
Ooh, Deidre, Eno Cordova. That's a good one. They both like research. Mm-hmm. Jane says, what?
Oh yeah, this is a table. Okay.
See you later, Francisco.
I don't like when they have you do stuff like this. I can't see where this goes. I'm just like pressing it down in different ways.
Do you want me to do it?
It'll stick in.
That's what she said.
There we go. I did it. Don't need your help. Oh, I already put the turkey together. Oh. Wait. Okay.
Oh, you can like store their lightsabers back there.
I was wondering what that was for. Yeah, their lightsabers can go.
That's cool.
Should I put them back there?
Only if you don't want them to have them right now.
They're on holiday. They shouldn't need them.
You did it. I told you could do it.
I did it. Oh no. Oh, Hilo heard you say I did it.
Oh, does that mean you're done?
Hilo's like, are you hungry too?
Can we go sit on the couch?
Hilo watched the cult doc with me, so he wants to finish it.
I gotta know what happens.
Yay! Okay, so should I put the people in there?
As many people as you want to in there.
Oh my gosh.
That's cool that they have like extra space for different people.
Oh, hi.
He wants to see.
Ooh, careful. Put him in there. Put Chewie. Oh, Chewie's sitting down. Is he sitting too? BB-8 goes in there. Oh yeah, Rey has her little Jedi book she's reading.
It's just got the night before Life Day written down in it.
3PO's back here.
I love that they gave you so many different spots to put people.
Mando and
Like-
Grogu are here.
It's perfect.
Grogu's up on the table trying to get the food.
That makes sense.
This just went from a party to chaos.
The second you invite Grogu, that's what's going to happen. Charles from Accounting, thank you for the next super chat. Do you think we'll ever see Salandra's shield during the prequel era or the original trilogy era? There's always a chance for that, since they just pass it down. Salandra gave it to Rupert, and I assume Rupert gave it to her apprentice, so I think there's a chance it could pop up. But let's see if it appears in the High Republic Phase 3 first.
All right. That's getting a little crowded. But...
Oh, R2 doesn't get to hang out? That's fine.
Oh, yeah, I'll put him back here with 3PO.
Darth Vader, I understand why you wouldn't invite him, although
He's a party pooper.
Poe, just not invited.
Oh, that's that Poe. Fine, I'm going here too. It's getting crowded. Poe's holding a cup, so he's drunk.
That sounds right.
Is this gonna work?
It's okay, Gonk droids. I love you. Darth Vader, you're fine.
All right, that's good enough. I'm gonna show everybody.
I understand why Darth Vader wouldn't be invited to the party.
Look at the party. Everyone get excited about Grogu being on the table.
Now we have to go display it.
Yay.
Well, Molly built an entire set.
Oh, sweaty
in
and
one
hungry
stream. We're going to go cook and eat. Also, this is going to be our last live stream of the year. We're going to take the rest of the year off, and we'll be back early in January to keep on building on the Venator. We'll go back to that.
Where did that go?
I put it in your office.
Oh, in my office.
I'm out of room in my office.
Now it's mine.
Okay, you can build the rest of it. Jane, thank you for the last second to last super chat. Very generous one too. It says have a happy, relaxing holiday and a great New Year's, y'all. Thank you. Deidre Russell says have a good vacation. Thank you, Deidre.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you to everyone sending in super chats.
Yeah, thank you for all the support over the past year. It's been fun hanging and building. Always love doing it.
Yeah. These streams are always a good time. And while LEGO does not work directly with us most of the time, they should. Everyone tell LEGO that they should sponsor these videos. We're just fans.
But Dark Card, thank you for being a Biggs mega fan. Everyone have a great rest of your winter. Hope you have a great holiday, vacation, whatever you're doing to celebrate.
Of ham. Or fake ham if you're vegan.
Have a good night.
Bye.